Hi, good day everyone. Another wonderful day that we get to meet each other in this video again. So today's lesson will be on our textbook, PALS 2, and it will be on page 56. Alright, PALS 2 Unit 5, page 56 on cultural awareness. Alright, what's the cultural awareness that we need to be aware? Yes, aware of. So it will be space exploration. Okay, so as usual, there will be objectives for the lesson. So today there will be two objectives, and objective 1, it will be to read about the International Space Station, or in short, they call it ISS. And the second objective, it will be to talk about our country's involvement in space exploration missions. Right, so these are the two objectives for the lesson. And before we start our lesson, let's take a look at this little quiz here. Okay, so as you can see, there are two words here, orbit and Earth. So what is an orbit and what is Earth? So this is Earth, where we are living, the planet Earth. So as you can see here, this is the the satellite, the communications satellite. So orbit would be these invisible dotted lines. All right, invisible dotted lines, whereby all these, the communication satellite, the moon here, yeah, and or what we call International Space Station, all right, orbiting, follow the lines here. Yes, so this is written or drawn by a human, but if you go to space, you don't literally see the lines there. So nature has its own course, so that's why we say God is amazing for his creation, and all these, well, they don't clash against one another, so they follow the orbit, which is the invisible line. Alright, so there it goes for a short information on orbit and Earth. Now let's start our lesson right away. Alright, on page 56, cultural awareness, space exploration. Now before we start, let's take a look at the fact box here. Okay, here, the International Space Station, or in short ISS, was built so that people could live and do research in space. It is 354 kilometers from Earth, and it takes 2 days to get to it. Right, it travels around the Earth at a speed of 28,000 kilometers per hour. So it goes round the Earth 16 times a day. Oh, that is incredible. Imagine, well, circling the Earth 16 times a day. And, well, for 354 kilometers from Earth, it takes 2 days to get there. Now, for us on the road, 354 kilometers, it takes only a few hours. But for this special situation, it takes 2 days. So, well, it's incredible, and it's very hard to believe that, but that is the fact. Okay, so interesting information. And let's take a look at question 1 here. What problems do you think astronauts have with washing and eating when they go to space? Now, this is a question where we need to ponder upon. So, what do you think? Now, washing and eating at home, it seems very, kind of convenient for us, because we have faucet, we have shower, we have shower room, we have shower head. So, and eating, we have this kitchen, we have a lot of culinary and cooking utensils. Everything is there. To us, washing and eating is not a big deal. But when you go to space, it is a whole lot of a different thing. 360 degrees turned. It's a big change there. Now let's take a look here. In your exercise book, write down the day and the date. Okay, and then you need to write down page 2, page 56, cultural awareness, and write down the topic space exploration. So we are going to do a bit of exploration here on paper. Okay, exercise 1 here. What problems do you think astronauts have with washing and eating when they go to space? Now, what comes to your mind when it comes to washing and eating? As I mentioned just now, washing and eating, they are things that are very simple for us, and we even take it for granted, right? So here, let's take a look. When they are eating, all right, like spice like spice is like the salt. Let's write down, all right. Now the salt and pepper, that they use for their food when it comes to eating. Well, when you pour it out, what will happen will be, I believe, because there is no gravity there, so everything will be floating. Alright, now imagine salt and pepper floating. Ooh, I can't imagine that. And the next thing is, these things, what will happen when they float? They could. Alright, they here is referring to, salt and pepper. So it refers to salt and pepper. They could, well, get stuck in the astronauts' eyes, mouth, or nose. Yeah, so imagine all this salt and pepper, floating and get stuck to your face. Ooh, that is, I can't imagine, that is a bit gruesome. And the whole, not only that, and probably the whole space station will smell. Yeah, whatever you eat, it smells. If you eat a banana, if you eat an apple, well, that is the kind of smell that will fill up the whole place. So this is my answer, alright, for exercise 1. Question 3. Read and listen to the blog post. Were your answers from exercise 1 correct? Let's look at the title of the blog here. It's a blog post, alright, so by Serena Hughes. So, a day in the life of an astronaut. Let's go through this blog post together. Hi, I'm Serena Hughes, and I'm an American astronaut on the International Space Station. This is my day. 8 a.m. I wake up to the sound of one of my favorite songs. Mission Control Center in Houston plays a different song for each crew member every morning. 8:15 in the morning. I get up and have a wash. We have to transport water from Earth to the space station. This means we can't have showers because they use too much water. If we use too much water for washing, we won't have enough to drink. I believe so. So everything we have to save and be frugal when we use water. So by 8:30 in the morning, I have breakfast with the rest of the crew. Today it's pancakes. Usually I love pancakes, but nothing tastes very nice in space. And half an hour later at 9 a.m., I try to fly to my workstation to switch on my computer. Everyone is weightless in space because there is no gravity, so moving around is difficult. By 1 p.m., it's lunchtime and I'm hungry. I would love some fresh fruit, but it isn't allowed. If someone eats a banana, the whole space station will smell of bananas. Well, at 2 p.m., now it's time for some housework. In space, we have to take the rubbish out, just like we do at home. We load it into a spacecraft, which will take it down to Earth. And by 3 p.m., which is 3 in the afternoon, I spend half an hour on the exercise bike. You don't use your muscles in space because everything is weightless. If I don't do daily exercise, my body will become very weak. And at 4 p.m., I go to the laboratory to check on an experiment we're doing. We're trying to see if we can grow vegetables in space. By 7 p.m., I have dinner. Then I send some emails to my friends and family on Earth. They'll worry about me if they don't hear from me. And by 10 p.m., which is nighttime, it's bedtime. I get into my sleeping bag and lie down in my little cabin. There will be another day in space tomorrow. Now, as you can see here in the picture here, this is the ISS, International Space Station. Alright, now let's take a look at the word check here. Gravity. Alright, the first word here. Gravity. Housework. Muscles. Weightless. Sleeping bag. Alright, gravity, housework, muscles, weightless, sleeping bag. Alright, this is the word check. Alright, let's come to the question here, how to answer. Alright, we are going to answer like this. The question is, what problems do you think astronauts have with washing and eating when they go to space? And we have to compare the answers in the blog post given, if you still remember. Alright, so I'm going to write it down. First thing, when it comes to eating, alright, shower first. Alright, when it comes to shower, alright, they can't use too much water. So you can write down like this. They can't have showers. Yeah, they don't have showers like us, and everything has to be used, frugally. Alright, especially water, because this resource is very limited. You have to transfer it from the Earth to the space station. So they can't have showers because they use too much water. Alright, when it comes to food, what about food? Serena mentioned about nothing being nice. You know, the food there, nothing tastes nice there. So we can write down here, in terms of eating, nothing tastes very nice in space, and there aren't allowed any fresh fruits. Any fresh fruit, because it will make the whole station smell. It makes the whole space station smell. Yeah, imagine if you're eating durian. Well, how would that be? Or even mangoes. Alright, so this is the answer for exercise 2. Now, before we go to the next exercise, I would like to show you some pictures here about life in space. Right, what do you see here? Okay, now, according to the picture here, yeah, there are 13 astronauts. How actually they take this picture? Right, 4 sort of like standing, and the other one in between, another 5, and the top one will be, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Altogether, there are 13 of them. Right, altogether. Let me make it bigger. Right, so now this guy is holding a whole lot of food in his hand, and all this food, they are well packed. Yeah, well packed and vacuumed. So you can't just bring your food up there, you know, openly like that, or just wrap in plastic bag. No, all these are vacuumed and well packed. If not, when it spill out, whoa, I can't imagine the problems that will come after that. Alright, and they need to exercise. Well, they do all sorts of exercising, and this is a treadmill, looks like one, and they do exercise, you know, cycling exercise. This is a treadmill from what I can see in the picture here, and some even try to lift up some weight. And what about sleeping in the station, the space station? Okay, this is how they sleep. Well, sort of like sleeping on a wall. Now, you can try to do that, but I don't know, I may not be able to sleep through the night. So this is the kind of experience, you know, sleeping in ISS. So the next one will be growing plants in space. They are trying to grow greens in space. You know, this is a kind of experiment, and it's sort of like successful. Yeah, so you can try that and check out more information on the internet about this. And as for this astronaut, the astronauts wipe their body clean by using a wet towel and wash their hair by using waterless shampoo. There are no sinks or showers inside the space shuttle, and this is the kind of you know, the kind of waterless shampoo. So imagine that, and you can try that if you want to. So it's kind of interesting, but I would say life in space station is a tough one. Right, it is definitely a tough one. Right, from here we can see the kind of life that they have. You know, just give you a general picture of what kind of life that they are having in space station. Alright, so here we shall go to the next exercise. Alright, for exercise 3, read the blog post again, then answer the questions. Question 1. Why is it difficult to get from one place to another inside the space station? Now, where can we find the answer? So, why is it so difficult to get from one place to another? Now, from what you can see here, at 9 a.m., Serena mentioned that everyone is weightless in space because there is no gravity, so moving around is difficult. So the answer is everyone is weightless. So I shall write down the answer later, but let's try to, you know, identify the answer first. Now, coming to question 2, where do astronauts send their rubbish? Alright, so if you look closer, over here. Now we have to take the rubbish out just like we do at home. We load it into a spacecraft which will take it down to Earth. Alright, so the answer is here. I shall give you a complete answer after this. Question 3. Why does Serena do exercise? Now where can we find the answer? Alright, it shall be at 3 p.m. If I don't do daily exercise, my body will become very weak. So that's the answer for question 3. And the last question is, how does Serena communicate with people she knows on Earth? Well, very simple. It's the second last paragraph here. I send some emails to my friends and family on Earth. So that's the answer for question 4. Now we shall write down now. Alright, question 1. It is because. Alright, so question 1 say, why is it difficult to get from one place to another inside the space station? It is because everyone is weightless. Alright, and for question 2, where do astronauts send their rubbish? They, alright, refer to the astronauts, they load it into a spacecraft alright, and which will take it down to where? To Earth. Now you don't litter in space, yeah. Alright, question 3. Why does Serena do exercise? It is because if she doesn't do daily exercise, her body will become very weak. So this is the answer for question 3. And as for question 4, how does Serena communicate with people she knows on Earth? Well, simple. By sending emails. So as simple as that. Now when you have the question asking how, normally we use by. We use by to answer the questions by sending emails. Alright, so that's it for exercise 3 here. Alright, coming to the last exercise of page 56 here. Let's take a look. Exercise 4, cultural comparison. Answer the questions. So cultural comparison. So we compare our country's culture with cultures from other countries. Alright, let's take a look at question 1. Has there been a space exploration mission from your country? Alright, so let's talk about Malaysia's space exploration. Yes, we do have space exploration mission. What is that? Alright, so first we answer yes, there is. Malaysian government initiated the Angkasa 1 program to send a Malaysian to the International Space Station. ISS. On board the program was named after the Malay word for astronaut. Angkasa 1. So here we write down, you can add on if you want to, you can put a full stop here if you want to, but I would like to continue with one more sentence. Dato Dr. Sheikh Muzaffar Shukor, a Malaysian orthopedic surgeon, became the first Malaysian in space on 10 of October 2007. Yes, so this is the answer. Alright, for question 1. Question 2. What are the names of some astronauts from your country? Well, there are 4, I would say, here. Let's check this out, yeah? They were Dato Dr. Sheikh Muzaffar Shukor, a medical doctor, Faiz Khalid, a dentist, S. Vanaja, a woman engineer, and Mohammed Faiz Kamaluddin, a pilot. Alright, okay, I add on further. In 2006, they were selected as our Malaysian astronaut candidates to undergo training in Russia. Alright, so there are 4 here of some of our astronauts here. Alright, so that's it. That's the answer for exercise 4, and we have done all the 4 exercises on page 56. So if you have any questions or any comments, please drop me a message at the comment box, and I'll see you the next video. Until then, take care and have a great day.